Hello everyone, my name is Kolong Ibn Elias and I'm the first reporter of Group 5 and my topic is contractualization in the Philippines. Introduction. Tina, a cashier in one of the big malls, represent the struggle of many contractual employees in the Philippines, hardworking, skilled but unable to secure a permanent job due to widespread practice of Indo or end of contract. Understanding in Indo. Definition: Indo means short-term contracts under 6 months to avoid regularization and benefits. Statistics: nearly 30% of the Filipino workforce is under contractual status, significantly affecting key sectors. Moral dilemma: the legal loophole represents a moral contradiction between employer benefits and ethical fairness for workers. Anti-Indo perspective: worker struggles for dignity. Exploitation: short-term contracts create vulnerabilities for workers. Social injustice: lack of dignity undercuts workers' human rights. Ethical and economic perspective of contractualization. Economic necessity. Contractualization helps businesses remain competitive and viable. Job preservation. Certain contracts can prevent mass layoffs in tough times. Philosophical reflection. Understanding Karl Marx insight. Alienation. Marx described alienation as the estrangement of workers from their labor, leading to a disconnect between them and the products they create, undermining their humanity. Temporary work. Tina experienced a temporary work exemplifies alienation. She lacked a sense of belonging, fulfillment, reflecting how workers are commodified rather than valued for their contribution. Human disconnect. This situation raises critical questions about human disconnect. If labor serves economic ends, how can we justify the sacrifice of workers' dignity and identity for profit? Philosophical reflection, Kantian ethics and work dignity. Human dignity. According to Kantian ethics, every worker must be treated as an end in themselves, emphasizing the importance of recognizing their inherent value and dignity beyond economic productivity. Ethical treatment. Treating workers merely as means to an end leads to ethical violation, undermining their rights, dignity, and perpetuating a cycle of exploitation and alienation in the workforce. Moral responsibility. Businesses hold a moral responsibility to provide secure employment, fostering a work environment that respects workers' rights and promotes their flourishing within society, ensuring everyone's well-being. Evaluating job insecurity and human flourishing. Alienation. Aristotle emphasized that job insecurity leads to loss of purpose and fulfillment, ultimately undermining a person's ability to achieve true happiness and good life. Human flourishing. In Aristotle's view, meaningful work is essential for human flourishing. Without stable employment, individual struggles to realize their full potential and contribute to society. Ethical balance. Achieving a balance between protecting workers' rights and ensuring business viability is crucial. This balance fosters an environment where individuals can thrive and economy can grow. And that's all for my reporting.
Good day everyone, I'm Reggie Carsano and I'm going to discuss about the ethical aspect of economy. So, what is contractualization labor? Contractualization labor is when companies hire employees or workers in a short period of time or less than 6 months. So let's move to Karl Marx. Karl Marx believed that capitalism, especially with the rise of industrialization is when machines are invented. Industrialization made manufacturing efficient, but also had a dehumanizing effect on people. Dehumanizing effect is it is like treating someone or a person as not fully human or diminishing human value. And next is the theory of dialectics. The theory of dialectics, which suggests that the contact of one thing with another different entity will eventually produce a new reality. In simple terms, it explains how ideas or situations develop through conflicts. And lastly, I will report about the alienated labor by Karl Marx. Alienated labor is where workers are separated from the products of their labor, leading to a sense of disconnection and lack of control over their work. And that's all. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. I am Dejamar Omantilia, and let's learn all about capitalism and commodification. First, capitalism, according to the text, is an economic system where people and companies trade goods or services to earn profit or to earn money. Over time, it's grown worldwide and is now called global market or world economy. Its main effect is that almost everything can be sold for money, and this is called commodification, which means, in short term, capitalism is about trade and profit, while commodification means turning things into products for sale. For example, selling bottled water or paid education. Why? Because bottled water is something that is natural to us and it turns into a product for a business to gain a profit or to earn a money. While the paid education is that the learning becomes a business that people pay for. Meaning, capitalism turns free or basic needs into things that can be bought and sold. In the first text, malls show how consumerism works. People enjoy and spend without realizing they're caught in it. Everything is now connected to buying and selling. In the text means commodification it is treating everything, even experiences, as products. For example, the first bullets. Malls are symbols for this idea. People go there not just to buy things, but also to socialize and to enjoy, without realizing that they are trapped in a cycle of spending. Next, the second text or the second paragraph in the book highlighted. First bullet, we have that money becomes the main measure of worth. Second, people value things by price, not importance. Focus shifts from real human needs to material ones, meaning the text says that commodification gives power to those who have money. In a world where everything has a price, money becomes the measurement of value. The problem is that people focus more on what they can buy instead of what they really need as humans. We are now in the third text in the book where education is treated like a business. Students study mainly for high salaries. School follow business demand, not human growth. This means that text stated even education is affected. And this reality operates even in the Philippines educational system. Many Filipino students believe that the main goal of studying is to get high paying salaries. Schools also follow what business want, focusing more on job skills more than on developing a person potential. Last text in the book says real progress is not just about money. Character matters more than income. True education helps people grow as full human beings, which means people often think progress means earning more money. But true progress should be about developing character, not just chasing income. The danger is when students care only about salary instead of becoming a better person.
And that's all for me. Thank you for listening.
So, hello classmates, this is Sophia Embailon from Group 5 and I'm going to report or talk about ethics and the digital age. If you have your book, you can find it on chapter 144. So we are already in chapter 10, which is the ethics and the digital age. So regarding about my part, I'm going to talk about the introduction of cyberbullying and also the different forms of cyberbullying, which we all gonna learn together. So stay tuned and keep watching.
So our learning outcomes is we will recognize the digital sphere as an emerging context, not only of new technology but also of human interaction. And we also know the tremendous implications that the digital age has for the study of ethics, and acquaint with the reality of cyberbullying as one of the consequences of the evolution of digital technology, and to also identify the available interventions to combat cyberbullying and have a better understanding of the impact of digital technology to ethics. So we all know man classmates no na we are living in what we call e-connectivity or what we call the digital age. So dalit na lang kayo sa to mo connect through online sa mga lagyo na atong mga kaila like global jud. So kay kusog man kaayo ang gamit sa social media. I think halos tanan jud no around the world gagamit man og social media. Di jud manikayan nga ang cyberbullying is actually a central issue up until now. So cyberbullying is a term that has just become popular because the technology that makes this phenomenon possible became only available in recent years. So sukad nga moto na uso ang technology, na invent ang technology, kay actually for good purpose majud unta niya ang technology no. It's actually our way of communicating with our loved ones o sa ubang friends and to also interact sa ubang tao outside sa ato ang country. So it is also a technology dependent behavior. This social facts proves that in this so-called digital age, technology has created to be a plain tool of communication or production. It has likewise transformed itself into a context of human interaction, or in the case of cyberbullying, a dysfunctional interaction. So, instead na mga create og healthy interaction no, with other people, nahimo na noon siyang dysfunctional interaction or kanang harmful na interaction.
So, unsa man ning cyberbullying? I think kabalo naman ta ani na naman tay foundation ani no na naman tay knowledge kung si cyberbullying, and I don't know if kamo ba naka-experience og cyberbullying, but personally naka-experience pud ko ani dati way back in high school. So okay, let's learn what cyberbullying again. Ato siyang i-recap. So ang cyberbullying is the use of technology to harass, threaten, embarrass, or target another person. Online threats and mean, aggressive, or rude text, tweets, posts, or messages all count. So thus posting personal information, pictures, or videos designed to hurt or embarrass someone else. So miskan ganig sa mga uban na kanang ganing mga trending na issues sa social media, no, ato ang madyon nang ma-witness ang cyberbullying, labi na ang mga netizens, no, pag naay makita na mali sa mga artista or politics or unsa ba daraa. So, cyberbullying is defined as a method of harassment that occurs through electronic communication. So, basically, cyberbullying it is actually a method na nagaharas silang mga tao through use of electronic communication or social media. So, ang kanisya no kay just because na gaharas ka og mga tao or nagabuli kag mga tao sa social media does not mean na you are not liable of your actions. So justice will always come for you, no, labi na if ang victim is mag-file og kaso sa imuha or naay mag-report sa imuha or something. So, we actually have different forms of cyberbullying. So, dapat yun na ito ni Ilhon. Unsa man ang mga different forms of cyberbullying. So, naatay 5 dominant types of cyberbullying. First is harassment. So, harassment is a person who sends malicious messages or threats to another person and does this repeatedly is guilty of harassment. So, isa ba sa example sa harassment is cyberstalking. So, unsa man yung cyberstalking? So, naa sa book, no, cyberstalking is an example of harassment, especially when offensive or rude messages are continuously employed. So, parean na kanang grabe kaayo mamalikas sa imuha, grabe kay manulti sa imuha sa messages, kanang i-chat kaniya niya, dagang ka siya ginaingon like insulto, isa na siya sa harassment and passive-aggressive na behavior or aggressive yung kay behavior towards sa imuha. So, mao na ang atoang example sa harassment. Mag-send og malicious messages or threats na also maka-affect jud sa imuha mentally and emotionally. So, second, we have what we called flaming. Ang flaming, kay actually similar po niya siya sa harassment. Except, ang kalahian lang sa flaming kay it's about mutual hostility. Kanang murag dili niyo ganahan ang isa't isa ba nya, murag kamon duha pod nag-away, nagbinatuhay og mga salita na di sad maayo gani. So muna, mutual hostility is displayed in the exchange and escalated as shown in the heated trade of harsh emails, texts, or even insulting images. So, ang example ana kay sending a flood of insults and using excessive capitalization. Diba kita ninyo pag masuko ta or magyaw-yaw ta through online, pag natay i-chat kay mag-use, i-capitalize man dyan tanan ato ang text, no, kay para dito ang ma-impose or like mapakita through text, through via emails na you are screaming, you are mad, mo na siya. So, mo na ka nang mag-send simog mga insults, but na siya, mutual hostility na siya, while ang harassment is dili. Ang lang siya, isa ra ka tao. But kani siya is duha ka tao ning flaming. So, next is we have exclusion. That is when a person is ejected from a community or chat group and has become a target of demeaning messages even after he or she is excluded. Example ani is kanang namo sa isa ka group chat no kunwari si mong friends niya wala kay idea nga naana pala sila beef towards you no napala sa di ganahan nimo or ginalibak na ka ana-ana and then kanang gina-ignore ang imong online presence or mag-chat ka sa GC ninyo or nga gani kay wala ka ginatagad ba gina-ignore imong ginainon dito at tapos mo jump sila sa another topic na nga online activities kunwari if gamer ka nya na mo GC nya nagkalainay ba ana or ninalain nimo naay dili ganahan nimo dili kanila gina-invite or ginauban sa mga games pag magbula mo. And then 4 we have outing. So outing is a person is considered by experts as a victim of outing when very private matters about him or her are leaked online, whether in the form of a photo, a video, or a mere posted data. So ang outing is mauni siya kanaganing kunwari kanang na ako'y gi-share sa imuha na personal and very confidential na information and then gileak nimo siya without my consent. Ang example anak is sharing a secret and tricking someone into sharing or let's say kani kay uso-uso man yun siya sa Facebook no kanang ganing na yung mga viral na skandal kay di ba kay naay uban na magpakalat ana sa Facebook to sa asa mga platform abot mao na siya isa na sa example sa outing sa dominant types of cyberbullying kanang mga private na mga photos or mga videos without the idea of the other party. So ato ang last, masquerading. So ang masquerading is very common kini siya sa social media. So sama ning masquerading. So masquerading takes place when a cyberbully assumes a fake identity in order to send malicious messages to his or her target. So example is politicians and show personalities being public figures are commonly victims of masquerading. So example is magbuhat kag dami account or lahi nga account and then i-bash nimo ang isa ka public figure, isa ka tao gamit atong other account. So sa word pa lang na masquerading no, masquerade kay kanang siya, double identity no, na kay second identity. So, mo to siya, fake identity para na kay excuse or reason to send harmful or malicious messages sa imuhang target. So, mauna siya for my report and yeah.
Good day everyone, I am Nikia Estrada and I'll be discussing the malpractice in cyberspace. So when we say malpractice in cyberspace, this refers to illegal or unethical activities conducted online, potentially causing harms to individual, organizations, or devices system. So here, take note guys that ang malpractice in cyberspace is not only restricted in cyberbullying. Napoy other factors, napoy other malpractices. So, sa book, there are 7 other malpractices. First is the intellectual property theft. Next is piracy, raping, digital predation, digital identity theft, phishing, and misinformation. So, when we say intellectual property theft, nadira ang duha nga common nga atong nahibaw-an jud, which is ang plagiarism and copyright infringement. When we say plagiarism guys, it is when a person takes digital material, oftentimes narrative material, and passes it off as his or hers although he or she is not the factual author. So in simplest term guys, ang plagiarism is passing off someone else's work as your own without the credit sa imuhang as actual author. So imo ra siyang giangko ng work. So next guys is the copyright infringement. So ang copyright infringement guys is also concerns in authorship, but it is a failure of an individual to acquire permission to use copyright material. So, in simplest term guys, kaya ang copyright infringement is using someone's creative work without permission. So, ang katong plagiarism kay without credit sa original author, while ang copyright infringement guys kay without permission. Gigamit nimo siya without permission. So next is piracy. When we say piracy guys kay this involves illegal digital materials and engage in its unauthorized distributions of copyright content, making it accessible to the public. So, in simplest term guys, ang piracy guys kaya not unauthorized use. So mo na siya ang kanang mga site nga mga movie sa site gani nga kanang gibuhat sa mga people nga para ma-accessible siya sa tanan. For example guys, kana sa Netflix, kana sa movie sa Netflix, di ba dapat magbayad ta sa subscription. So for us to guys to watch the movie kana adto tay fee nga bayaran. So ang uban man dili man ka bayad ana nga fee, so ang ilang buhaton guys kay ilahang kapihon ang katong movie or i-download nila sa ilahang phone tas i-upload sa site which is illegal site nya mo to ma-accessible na siya sa tanan. So next is ang ripping. So when we say ripping, it is a process which allows a hacker to remove a sound or movie file from its protected environment without permission. A particular digital material becomes readily available to the public free of charge. So ang ripping guys kay in simplest term is copying content without permission. So kalahian nila sa copyright is ang copyright is using someone's creative work, while ang ripping is copying content. That's right guys. Then ang next is the digital predation. When we say digital predations guys kay this prey on certain individuals for soliciting either financial or sexual favors or for just the sheer pleasure of doing so. So, ang kaning digital predation guys kay manipulating na siya sa individual sa online para ma-build ang trust sa usa ka nadiri ang mga scam. Yes, mga scam na pud diri amo ni ang digital predation, mga scam kanang i-build imo ang trust. As if na-build na ang trust kay dito na kanila i-manipulate ana nya. Next guys is next is the digital identity theft. So when we say digital identity theft, this is our stealing or impersonating someone's online identity, often for financial gain or malicious purposes. So ang kalahian na dyan sa digital predations and digital what do you call this? Digital predation and digital identity theft is ang digital predations kay focus ra siya sa exploitations or manipulations, while ang identity theft kay stealing or misusing someone's identity. Mara na ilang kalahian guys. But both of them kay harm na siya sa mga tao. I mean, sa tanan man sa jud, harm na siya sa mga tao. So, next is the phishing. So, when we say phishing, guys, it involves the use of deceptions to lure an individual to reveal confidential data about himself or herself. So, ang phishing, guys, is tricking people into revealing sensitive information. So, ang kanang phishing, guys, mo na siya ang kanang kabantay mo kana sa to ang kanang messages like sa dili siya sa messenger but sa kuan jud sa SMS na to kay naay murag mo text ra kalit nga kanang ana nga naay balance imong kuan ay kuan imong kanya if imo tong i-click ang link nya ma-click to nimong link kay murag nanagani sila source or nana sila kanang makuha nga information sa imuha nya nani murag mahitabo nga kanang mga wala kabalo sa ninahitabo nga nay makuha sa imuha or what na siya guys ang phishing. So next is lastly but not the least ang misinformation. So when we say misinformations, as what we know guys is best illustrated na siya sa fake news. Misinformation, which is fake news. These engage spreading false information online, potentially causing harm or confusion. So, ang misinformation guys, kaya mo to kanang mag-spread yung mga fake news, mga false information to everyone. Yeah. Ito na magsugod ang mga chismosa guys, may na. Mara na sila guys. So, mo to sila ang 7 malpractice in cyberspace. So, when we say recap lang, when we say plagiarism, it is passing off someone else's work as your own. Next is copyright infringement, means using someone's creative work without permission. Third is piracy, means unauthorized use or distributions of copyright content. And 4 is ripping, means copying content without permission. 5th is digital predation, means exploiting or manipulating individuals online. 6th is digital identity theft, which is stealing or impersonating someone's online identity. While ang 7 is phishing, means tricking people into revealing sensitive information. Plus 8 is misinformation, means spreading false information. So, conclusion guys, malpractice in cyberspace can have serious consequences. So, stay safe by being cautious online, respecting intellectual property, verifying informations, and using strong security measures. So, as we human being and individuals, we should protect our informations and dili ta magpadala-dala sa mga butang sa online nga mga fake and dili i-verify sa nato first. We need to verify the informations or the people we communicate online guys. That's all.
Right, so hello everyone. The next thing that we're going to talk about is the legal interventions. So in this topic, we will learn about these 4 crucial things. And the first thing that we're going to talk about is to see or to know what is a legal intervention. So a legal intervention is a process that allows a person who is not an original party to a case but who will be directly and substantially affected by the outcome to participate in a case party. So example on this one is like when something happened to a specific person and however that action might actually affect you in the near future, so then you can file a legal case or report it to the authorities so that you can prevent it from happening. Right, so these 3 right here are the laws that have been implemented in the Philippines as a part of a legal interventions. And these 3 is actually pointing out to the internet because most people are using in the internet, and most crimes that have been happening in the internet is actually also affecting the people that are using the internet, or not literally like affecting all of them. However, these crimes right here, or the crimes that is under these laws, are or may actually affect the internet users in the near future. So first thing that we have right here is the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. And before we proceed, we will take a look at what is a cybercrime. So a cybercrime is when someone uses a computer, phone, or the internet to do something bad, illegal, or harmful. And this is very common nowadays, like posting someone on the internet without the permissions, or like posting scandals on the internet. And this kinds of act is actually under the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, so that if ever you encounter something that is illegal or bad in the internet, you can report it to the authorities so that they can shut it down. So what is exactly the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012? So the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012 is the law in the Philippines that protects people from crimes done through computers and the internet. It covers offenses like hacking, online scams, cyberbullying, and identity theft. And actually, the very common nowadays is the online scams. Like, I guess we can also consider like the online casinos like Scatter, because it is very wide coverage throughout the Philippines, and people are actually expecting that they could win some money. However, they do not know that the publishers of that app are just actually stealing their money from them. So the Electronic Commerce Act of 2000, sorry about that, this was supposed to be 2000. So this law makes electronic documents and online transactions legally valid, just like paper documents. So before this law was implemented, the only valid transactions was through papers. And however, after this law was implemented, online transactions, or not just online transactions, the mostly all of the paper documents was considered legally valid, since it makes the transactions easier, and it's more handy. So the last one that we have right here is the Cyberbullying Act of 2015. And as all we know, cyberbullying is also a part of a cybercrime, because you are bullying other people through internet, and it can actually cause like a mental breakdown to that person. So this Cyberbullying Act of 2015 is a law that protects people from online bullying by making it legal to send harmful messages or post harmful contents on the internet. So actually, this one right here, like on Facebook, like if we post something that is like not pleasant on the eyes of the viewers, Facebook will filter it, and then we have to click on the view post so that we can view the post. It's something sort of like this. And however, if some of you will encounter like people posting something bad on others, you can then report it to the authorities, so that the authorities will take the legal actions against that post. And that will be all. Thank you so much.